on your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Chrissie is hilarious.
Chrissie, have you ever heard of the comedian Basha K. Ali?
No, that sounds like something you yell at before you blow up a plane.
Basha K. Ali!
30 seconds remaining.
But you know what, good thing to say I dabbled in stand-up for something. I have no disrespect for you at all.
I was very confused by the title, Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that's also what we call it when Ash takes off his shirt. I shouldn't be up here. I should be in school on the other side of the ocean. Oh, hello. Welcome to another Chrissie Mayr live stream. The topic of the night is, yes, even though the powers that be, the leftists, the frothing at the mouth, progressives of the entertainment industry, they have canceled Gina Carano many times, but they cannot seem to cancel her from triggering them, from making news and pissing people off, which I love. I love Gina Carano for this. Before I get into it, I have a couple of comedy shows I want to promote. Yes. How is everyone doing, by the way? It is Saturday. We are home, but sometimes you can have just as much fun home as you can do out. I don't care that I'm not getting hammered right now. I'm growing a set of lungs. What are you accomplishing? What are you going to drink till you throw up? I do miss that. I do miss that more than anything. Okay. Come see me in Dallas very soon. This show in Dallas is not next Thursday, but the Thursday after that, Thursday, January 25th. Come see me at Hyenas in Dallas with the lovely and hilarious Keanu C. Thompson and Lila Hart, two of my bestest friends and most hilarious comedians. I am honored that they will go on the road with me. I just love them so much and have so much fun. These shows are always such a good time. And yes, this is the club where we had the trans heckler moment involving the Dylan Mulvaney fan. So I can't guarantee that will happen again, but there's a pretty high chance. Pretty high chance. We did have some fun crowd moments last weekend in San Diego. So I need to start clipping up my sets and posting that out into the world. And if you're not in the Texas area at all, you can come see me headlining in Morris Plains, New Jersey, Saturday, February 24th at Tiff's Ale House in Morris Plains, also known as the Dojo of Comedy. Tickets are on sale for both of these shows. Go to my website, ChrissieMayr.com, to get tickets. Please and thank you. And as always, Simcast is tomorrow night, Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here at this channel. We've got a good crew. I think Melanie Mack will be joining us. I think Anna Perez will be on. I will have to confirm with the filing cabinet who else is going to be on. But it's going to be a bacchanal. It's going to be so fun. Hello, everyone. Ooh, Lila! Lila's in the chat. I'm going to send you an invite. Lila, I don't know if you have thoughts, feelings, opinions on Ms. Gina Carano, but that's fine. I'm going to tell you the deal, and then you're going to get a thought, feeling, opinion. Here you go. No pressure. Come on if you dare. Okay. Now, this is almost exactly 3 years ago. Gina Carano was fired from Lucasfilm February of 2021. I know, it really does seem just like yesterday that she was canceled from the mainstream, from Hollywood. She was dropped from, remember this, guys, February 11th, 2021, dropped from The Mandalorian after posts that they called abhorrent. abhorrent. And this is now she's been memory holed as being fired for abhorrent posts and tweets. But when you actually read through them, you're like, oh no, these are the most milquetoast everyday opinions that in 2024 would be considered to be believed by the majority of people. But Lucasfilm deemed her abhorrent and unacceptable. These tweets of hers back in the day. Remember this? Just to jog your guys' memory. She made such abhorrent statements such as hating someone for their political views in the US. She compared hating someone for their political views in the US to the treatment of Jewish people leading up to the Holocaust in Nazi Germany. This is not that hard of a take. I'm sorry. She could have gone a lot harder. Millions of Jewish people, and other minorities were killed at the hands of Nazis during World War II. Yes, and she also had very based but accurate takes on people's treatment during the pandemic, during the lockdowns. She also dared to put up several tweets supporting Donald Trump. Oh my God, how could she? That's breaking all the rules of Hollywood. You're supposed to simp for big pharma. You're supposed to pretend that Joe Biden is coherent. Yeah. She openly questioned whether vote counting during the U.S. presidential election was fair. Oh, how dare someone do that? I mean, 2016 is definitely and 2020 definitely the first time we've had some issues with our elections. It hasn't been happening for decades upon decades. She tweeted, this was one of her other abhorrent tweets from 2021. We need to clean up the election process so we are not left feeling the way we do today. Put laws in place that protect us against voter fraud. Again, very milquetoast, run of the mill, ordinary, regular opinion here. Nothing crazy. But again, this was 2021 in the height of the COVID and Hollywood brainwashing. This is wild. Yeah. And they never forgave her for not posting a black square during BLM. She didn't post her black square, and she responded, in fact, by saying, in my experience, screaming at someone that they are a racist when they are indeed not a racist, and any post and or research you do will show you those exact facts, then I'm sorry, these people are not educators. They're cowards and bullies. She is a victim of cancel culture. They literally fired her from her job. They fired her from The Mandalorian. They did not bring her back for season 2. So she was very much canceled. And thank goodness Daily Wire picked her up almost immediately and shot Terror on the Prairie with her. So that was her 2021. And since then, she has been, what was last year, 2020? I'm not sure how busy, and maybe you in the chat can tell me like how busy she was in 2022 as far as going to these fan expos, going to these mega cons. I mean, I think I met her in 2022 or 2023. Might have been 22. Might have been that I met her at the Orlando or Boston fan expos in 22. So she's been going to these events ever since her firing, her cancellation, mostly very positively received. But she has just now announced that she will be attending a similar fan expo in Toronto. But this is triggering a lot of people. People are upset to hear about this. And there's no reason she can't go to these events. Let's go to Twitter. Let's see what people are, because Twitter always shows us the way, don't they? Doesn't it? Okay. This was tweeted out last night by Global BC. Is this some Canadian handle? Okay, home of British Columbia's #1 news programming. Okay. Yeah, 500,000 followers. This is a big account. A recent addition to Vancouver's FanExpo's guest list is raising eyebrows. Some fans saying inviting Gina Carano could create an unsafe environment for the convention, following her controversial social media posts. Yeah, you mean her posts from 3 years ago? Posts, tweets. That's making people feel unsafe. Okay. In fact, Frank was actually fighting with somebody on Twitter today about this very topic, and this moron had the absolute gall of comparing Gina Carano's tweets, her having different opinions. He actually compared that, Gina Carano's tweets and posts are allowed to make people feel unsafe, just like straight women are allowed to, cis women are allowed to say that trans women make them feel unsafe. I'm like, this fucking moron actually had the balls to compare actual molestation and indecent exposure, which is what happens when these trans women show up in these actual women's spaces like locker rooms. He compared that to Gina Carano's tweets, okay? Her opinions. I'm pretty sure you're not going to whip out your opinion in a locker room and make someone feel uncomfortable. If a post is making you feel unsafe, that's a you problem. That is not a Gina problem. So let's see what people are saying. Of course, Nerdrotic here responding, we love Gina Carano. We do. D-Day Cobra Jeremy in here saying we love Gina Carano. Always. We will always have her back. And Frank Filing Cabinet in here saying controversial is subjective. Also, what in the world, in what world does a post equal unsafe? So this might be where the guy jumped in. Oh, and of course, as soon as Frank starts responding to this guy, he has a couple of responses in him before he blocks both he and I. I wish I had the screenshots. I don't think. Filing Cabinet, if you're listening, I don't even know. This just happened, so I don't think he would have taken the screenshots of this. I would be very curious to see what this guy said. I doubt it. Just run in here if you happen to take screenshots of this conversation or tell me what you remember. Anyway, so he went back and forth with this guy for a little bit. He said, there's a major difference between feeling unsafe and actually being unsafe. At a major event like this, meeting a FanExpo or a MegaCon, filled with security, what do you think would happen? She has appeared at least a dozen of these and nothing has happened. Yeah, well, what is Gina going to do to you? Go up to you, a random person, and recount her tweets from 2021? And then again, we can't see this because he's blocked, and now I'm blocked because I responded. You guys, Tom, I wouldn't assume to know you, so don't assume to know me. Oh, this is when he chimed in with his take about like, oh, cis women feel unsafe around trans women, so why can't us as pussies? He didn't say that, but I'm just paraphrasing. Feel unsafe around Gina. So he said, you guys, Tom, I wouldn't assume to know you, so don't assume to know me. I asked a question, what do you think will happen at the event? He actually asked him who would be unsafe. What is Gina gonna attack somebody physically? No, that would never happen. And then Frank writes again, you definitely don't know my opinion, and you still can't defend your point or answer a question. Yep. It's Kleist Master says it's anywhere, anytime for these people. They don't feel safe in their own beds. It's true. Canada. Blame Canada. That's what I do. The truth, from Chris Walsh, the truth is controversial to the woke. They fucking hate facts. Oh, this classic meme. You're dealing with adults with the minds of children. Everyone I don't like is Hitler. A child's guide to online political discussion. The only people unsafe, this is from Dan Taylor. The only people unsafe are the communists at Global BC. It's controversial because Gina's popularity makes the communists butthurt. It does, and that's the only reason why they make noise at her going to these events. If she was a nobody, if she had no fans, no following, they would be like, great, mission accomplished. We canceled her. They can't stand that they didn't cancel Gina Carano. Fealty DM'd me the screenshots. What an absolute doll. Oh my God, and Lila's been sitting here the whole time. I've just been ignoring her like a cunt. I'm so sorry, Lila.
Hello. Hi.
What's poppin', kitty cat?
Wow. I got my drinks. I got my
Look at your shiny Starbucks cup. I saw that Starbucks cup. It might have been involved in the holiday sale they were recently doing at Starbucks, or maybe it was exempt because it's a special color. But
my sister gave this to me.
I like to give people that very Starbucks cup because it's fun, but it's also like you're giving someone a responsibility. It's like, look, here's a cup. It's pretty. It's gonna take up a fucking ton of space. You don't have space for it anywhere, but here, you will love it. You will love it.
It's
Okay,
good.
so Lila, we're talking about people are very upset that Gina Carano dares to continue existing after being successfully canceled from Hollywood, but unsuccessfully canceled from having a career. And she continues to pop up at these FanExpo events, much like the one you and I went to, Anime Matsuri,
That
back
was
in
fun.
August. It was fun. Okay, so Fealty here has the lay receipts. Let's see if I can just bring up his Yeah, I think I can show this without showing anything private. Let me pull this up. I just came to say hello. Have you been following Gina Carano much, Lila?
I just see her a lot on my Instagram because of what's been happening to her. Didn't you
getting
have
sick?
dinner with her? I don't know. I'm like losing my voice, but I don't feel sick.
Okay. Maybe
So
it's
now I
just
have
you need
this
some hot tea
boy.
and honey. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this Frank saying controversial is subjective. Also, in what world does a post equal unsafe? So this guy's Tom Coates. And the reason why he blocked Frank and myself, he's got a decent following. I don't know what his job was or is, but he had like 40K. So a decent Twitter following here. So Tom Coates responds to Frank with, a post isn't the problem. It's that her presence would encourage people who are anti-trans, anti-gay, anti-minority, and anti-Semitic, isn't that redundant, from attending. That's giving her way too much power. Okay. And that, I'm afraid, self-evidently, this guy sounds retarded, makes the event less safe for gay, trans, minority, and Jewish people. And this is, again, a classic example of person offended on behalf of others, on behalf of what he deems to be lower life forms. Okay, if you truly believed in equality, you would not need to deem yourself hero of the minorities. You would be like, oh, the minorities are fucking, we're all equals, everyone can take care of themselves, I don't need to be the champion of the less fortunate, because you wouldn't believe that they're actually less fortunate. And then so Frank responds that there's a major difference between feeling unsafe and actually being unsafe at a major event like this filled with security. What do you think would actually happen? So let's see if he answers the question of what would happen. He says, weird, because you guys spend so much time arguing that trans women shouldn't be able to use women's bathrooms because cis women feel unsafe, even though there's no evidence, because there's no evidence they are unsafe.
Well,
Which of these do you think, which of these do you want to make the standard? Really, no evidence other than the countless examples of girls and women being molested, being having indecent exposure, being made to feel uncomfortable. There's dudes jerking off, saying that they're women. You know what I mean? There's many examples of this. So he just sounds insane. And he's lumping, all of us in together, being like, oh, like Frank, he's like, it's insane to compare the men using the women's locker room thing to Gina Carano tweeting. So then Frank goes, you guys, Tom, I wouldn't assume to know you, so don't you assume to know me. I asked a question, what do you think would happen? Like, he's actually just trying to get him to answer the one question. And then he writes, I think I've searched your Twitter feed and know your opinion on trans people. When does Frank ever tweet about trans people? What a fucking moron this guy is. Frank is mostly retweeting my stuff. Well, anyway, so Frank goes, you definitely don't know my opinion and you still can't defend your point or answer a question, which is true. He keeps sidestepping. He's making it about other things because this is what losers do when they can't answer a single question. Here we go. Wow. Okay, now he's triggered. Frank, you are confused. You don't just get to go up to random people on the internet. Yeah, that's literally the point of Twitter.
You don't get to go up to. I didn't realize we were
Yes.
approaching people on the internet. That's so funny.
This Tom Coates is the definition of words equal violence. Like he literally equates Gina Carano's opinions with actual violence, and he says there's no difference between someone feeling unsafe at a tweet versus someone feeling unsafe at an exposed cock in the locker room. Like those are the same to him. Okay, yeah, and he also he thinks Twitter is you going up to people.
That's so funny.
I've had this argument with people like you, thousands of who's stereotyping who. I've had this argument with people like you thousands of times. And by argument, you mean you just show up with your opinions and you don't actually have a discussion. I'm
And I
not
think that's an exaggeration. Thousands, really, sir?
really thousands,
Maybe hundreds, maybe a couple dozen.
yeah,
Thousands.
not thousands. You wouldn't have time for anything else in the day.
No.
I'm not wasting my time doing it again. So suddenly he doesn't have the time. Yet here he writes 2 more paragraphs, but he doesn't have the time to waste on Twitter responses here. You can come to whatever conclusion you want. That's code for I'm a pussy. My argument sucks, and I don't actually think Gina is going to do anything to anybody. I don't think anything is going to happen. She's not a security risk. I have no argument. Then he goes on to say, it genuinely doesn't bother me because your opinions of me and my views are simply not interesting to me. Yet here you are in the thread responding. I'm simply not going to argue with you whether or not more anti-LGBTQ plus A alphabet gang people at an event would make the alphabet gang people less safe. What is he even saying? I'm not arguing with you whether or not more, let's say more queers at an event would make queer people less safe. That actually makes no, maybe he is saying the more gay people feel safe or mentally ill, whatever you want to say. Any more than I'd waste my time having an argument with you about whether or not 2 + 2 = 4. No, because he lives in a world where 2 + 2 = 5. Or whether heavy objects will be attracted via gravity to the earth. Some things are just self-evidently true, and debating them with someone who denies basic reality won't help me. This is a terrible argument. So going back to his middle paragraph here of the more LGBTQs at an event, the more the LGBTQs feel safe. Well, then how do you explain like you're the only gay person at your job? What are you gonna quit because there's not more gay? I don't feel safe. I can't, like, you're literally a minority, so you can't go, like, most people in the world are not LGBTQ. So that your argument is like, I can't even be on this flight if most people on the flight aren't gay, queer, lesbian. I can't even go into this restaurant unless we poll everyone. How many of these waiters have done anal? You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel safe. I can't go into this doctor's office unless I know the majority of these doctors are gay. It's just,
And
it's
since
ridiculous.
when did we? Okay, how can you tell a difference between a gay person and a straight person? Like, why?
Smell their fingers. I don't know.
It's kind of weird that it's become like such an identity, but it's like you can't really. We shouldn't be able to tell the difference. Like, people should just look the
And it shouldn't
same.
fucking matter.
Yeah.
I don't think until recently has not been in vogue. When I was on my first improv team in 2008, we had a trans person on the team. We started out the team as her name was Delia Reimer, and then she transitioned to Roman, and everyone fucking accepted it. And we were like, great, whatever floats your boat, dude. You're good. Congrats on the 5 chin hairs. Can we practice our improv now and make no money for the next 5 years? And we did, and no one cared. It's only become in vogue in the last, I don't know, since 2015, that your sexuality, your LGBTQ-ness has to define your entire personality. It was more accepted before it became this social contagion and this thing that was pushed by the mainstream media and big pharma. So this guy is, again, he thinks he's being a hero. And
Oh God, it's a lot of words.
we just want everyone to feel safe. Well, that's not reality. That's not life. That's not adulthood. Whether you're gay, straight, or whatever, or left-handed. Anyway.
I'm
And then
left-handed.
oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm a lefty.
And then that was all, and then he blocked him. So there you have it. And that was that. So this Tom Coates guy was very triggered. And then I responded, yeah, like, I can't believe you're comparing tweets and opinions to actual molestation happening in locker rooms.
Well, people want someone to blame. They want someone to blame for all this crap. Did you see that crazy email I got today?
Is it on your Twitter? Can I pull it up?
It's on my Twitter. It was sent to my website. And this email is just so crazy.
Yes, in fact, I commented on this. I love this. Yes, we're going to bring this up because this is like, it's not unrelated.
It's very crazy. But also, I just feel bad for people. They become so brainwashed. They want someone to blame, you know? And the fact that they're like, oh, if Gina comes to this event, she's going to make people feel unsafe. And it's like, no, that doesn't even make any damn sense. But to these people, it makes perfect sense because they're crazy.
Who are you to determine everyone's inner strength? Like, and that's also that's not giving your fellow gays and trans much credit at all. Wouldn't you say just to exist being a lesbian, gay, trans, BIPOC person is tough on you, and like you have to be a tough person, just like people make the argument like it's harder to be a woman, so you just have to be tough. You have to be tougher and twice as good to be seen as half as whatever good as a man. There's shit like this. There's phrases for every minority group, right? That you have to work twice as hard to be seen as half as good. If that's the true case, then wouldn't it be harder by default to live as a woman, a gay, a trans? So the fact that, like, let's say like these people are now all inherently tougher, yet they can't handle and they're going to feel unsafe just being at an event where Gina Carano is 500 feet away. Like, that's not giving them very much credit at all. That's actually, you're in fact calling them extremely weak and incapable of living in society. It's like the what is it, the bigotry of low expectations. So this is on Lila's Twitter email I just received from my website when I first came out in September 2021 about how I felt about masks and vax shouldn't be mandated. I lost 6,000 followers on Instagram and received hundreds of messages like this claiming that because I believed in freedom of choice, I was solely, just you, Lila, responsible for killing people. I feel for this woman, our government. And this is when you got this recently?
Yeah, I got this like 2 days ago and I just saw it in my email.
We are now in 2024 and people are just as triggered and brainwashed as they were in literally 4 years ago in 2020 at this time.
Yes.
Do you want to do a dramatic reading of this email, Lila?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I want me to read it? You want to read it?
Yeah, can you read it from there? I can do a dramatic reading if you can't see it.
Okay, I can read it.
Okay.
So I just recently happened across your Twitter page and I saw your mask-free cover photo. And I just want to tell you how much of a piece of shit you are. My mother died on May 31st, 2021. She died from cancer, which would have been completely treatable if it was caught in time. If idiots—
How did you know that? First of all, how did they know that? How the fuck do they know that?
If idiots like you cared enough about anyone other than yourself, because you and other people like you couldn't hear the thought of putting a piece of cloth over your face, my mother died alone in a hospital from a disease that would have been easily treatable if her care wasn't delayed because of COVID. Because the hospitals were busy taking care of people that couldn't be bothered to take care of themselves. My mother choked to death on her own blood, alone, in a hospital room. I never got to say goodbye to the person who raised me on her own. You probably aren't even reading this anymore, and I don't really care. I hope you never have to suffer like my family and countless other families have suffered because of selfish assholes like you. I would tell you you're trash, but trash had a purpose at one point. You have none. You contribute nothing to society. Have the day you deserve.
Wow, the arrogance of these people, like, they have cornered the market on suffering, like, that they have cornered the market on, unjust, unfair things happening to only them in their lives, like, they are the sole people that got screwed over in some way, by the pandemic, by the lockdowns, you know where you should be taking these complaints? Mobile device user, to whoever was in control of your state at the time, enforcing whatever mandates that wouldn't allow you to go see your mother, that wouldn't allow the doctors to treat her in a timely fashion. Whoever decided to put her on a fucking ventilator if you lived in New York, you know what I mean? And to blame you, a stranger on the internet, is insane. It's irrational. It's like, wow, you just need to go find a therapist because nothing you're saying makes sense. It would make more sense if you were a random doctor even, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
and
yes,
also
let me ream out this comedian with spina bifida, who has never struggled in her life.
I think maybe it was probably cathartic for them to write this out. Like maybe they just needed someone to like blame or talk to. But the cover photo they're even talking about is not even on my page. It's on my husband's page with the
Wow.
mask-free thing. So that's crazy. And also, the part that makes me laugh, it was like, I bet you're not even going to read this. And you know what? They probably think they probably think I get so many messages that I'm not going to read any of this. Okay? But I'm going to tell you guys right now, I read everything. I see it all. I read it all. So,
Mhm.
I don't know.
I
They probably really thought I wasn't going to see this and they just wanted to like get their anger out some way, but this is really sad because look at all of this creativity that they used to write this email. They could have made something like beautiful and put it out into the world, but instead they did this. And that's
yeah.
really sad.
Oh, like, you're the only person who had a parent that died, period, or died during the pandemic. Alex Stein's mom died from remdesivir. My mom died of horrific brain cancer. Yeah, it was before the pandemic, but if she hadn't, for sure, it would have taken her out by then. And you know what? Exactly, Lila. Take this creative energy, your grief. We all grieve. It's what makes us human. But like, write a poem, make a collage about your mom, scrap together all your little video snippets and make a little montage of your mom. Like, do something actually
Yeah.
productive.
And
Um,
it's
yeah.
really sad because it's like obviously this person is hurting so badly that this is what they've resorted to rather than actually like create something. This is really sad.
It
But it
is.
was very wild to me to get this email.
And this is the type of thing that that would make someone become politically motivated. Like, hey, I want to see who's in charge. I want to help to change the rules of my state so that if and when another pandemic happens, this won't happen to somebody else. And also, how do you know what she had was so easily treatable? Like, how do you really know? People die from the regular ass flu. People die from pneumonia, depending on how old you are and what's going on. So it's like there's no way you could have known if something was easily treatable.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
this was this getting this email really kind of reminded me of all the messages I got in 2021 after I went on Elijah's show and I talked about things. I got so many messages from people who were like, you're the reason people are dying, it's all your fault. So and I hadn't received a message like this in quite some time. So to see this, I was like, wow, people are still brainwashed. They're still,
mhm.
thinking this way, and it's so sad.
It is so sad. And it's like, here's the similarity between like you and like a Gina Carano. You are still, uh 3 years later, have not buckled, have not wavered in your beliefs, have not, most importantly, have not apologized for anything you've said or done. And it triggers people because they want you to cease existing. They want you to
Mhm.
be canceled from life, canceled from your career. And the fact that 3 years later, Gina Carano is still triggering people just for existing and going to a fan expo. I mean, she's allowed to do what she wants. There's people who go to these fan expos who haven't been on shows in like over a decade. There's like old people, there's old cartoonists, old voiceover actors. There's just people who are part of fandoms that still have a huge, and Gina's got a huge fan base. I've been to a couple
Yeah.
of these expos where she has the longest lines of anyone at these things.
Wow.
And she's so kind and generous with her time. And she could similar to Vic Mignogna, who is always posting the long lines of people waiting to see him, and he's always so gracious and generous with his time and excited to meet the fans and get to know them. And Gina's the exact same way. But we have Canadian news writing an article that this is a slap in the face that she's even invited. So there, of course,
Wild.
Canada, this being Canada explains some of it. FanExpo returns to Vancouver next month with a list of stars, including Elijah Wood and Danny Trejo. But one guest is raising eyebrows. Gina Carano is best known for her work in The Mandalorian and Deadpool. However, her strong political views, they're probably middle. I would say they're pretty much the majority at this point. On issues such as the 2020 election, vaccines, and the Holocaust have prompted a call for her to be removed from the event. Lena Redlick is a cosplayer. Oh wow, someone who dresses up in costumes for a living. Let's let them decide who can come to these events. Cosplayer and voice actor. All right, that's something else. That's a little more legit. Based in Vancouver, cosplay is the practice of dressing up as a character from a book, movie, or TV show, or even creating an original character. It's what my mom would call not a real job. Redlick says she is looking forward to the Vancouver event, getting to see her friends and discuss her favorite shows and books from the past year. Hey, you know who's also looking forward to this event? Fans of fucking Gina Carano, okay? You're not more important than her fans, and that's what these people all think. I find it's like a very great time to like connect with your local cosplay community. We get it. You really want to get HPV. And you know what? You should go and do that. No one is stopping you. If you're in it, if you want to, make friends, connect, join. It's a great time. Redlick, who didn't even want to name the former. Oh, this is the person who will not be named. That's Gina. Didn't even want to name Gina. Said the announcement felt like a slap in the face. Oh, and like what happened to Gina wasn't a huge fucking slap in the face. Give me a break. It felt like an enormous slap in the face to like everything the convention really should be standing for, considering they should know who is their target audience. This is the arrogance. She is just a fucking person who buys a ticket like everybody else, right? Unless she is some kind of exhibitor. Does she have a booth? She's a voiceover person and cosplayer. So I don't know if she has a booth. She's definitely not on equal footing as Gina Carano, because I have never heard of this chick. So who are you to say what the event should stand for? Being young people, queer people, here we go, LGBTQ people, people of color, people from all walks of life that are so diverse. You could never know what it means to be a person of color and not diverse. It feels like it completely goes against, everything that they should be standing for. Oh, so now no white people are allowed? What is it? In February of 2021, Disney cut ties with Carano after she compared being a conservative to being Jewish in Nazi Germany. The comparison still holds up 3 years later. Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm. All right, so they fired her after that. Nonetheless, her social media posts denigrating people based on their cultural and religious identities are abhorrent and acceptable. Not dissimilar from all the backlash and hate that Christians and white people get every single day for the last 10 plus years. Carano's talent agency UTA also dumped her, according to the Hollywood Reporter. She previously stirred controversy by criticizing people who specify their preferred pronouns, right? Because she put beep bop boop. She also denied the existence of systematic racism, aka she would not post the black square. FanExpo Vancouver is set to take place February 17th through the 19th. In a statement to Global News, the organizers said the event has always been a safe space where fans can find programming that fits their specific interests and mental illnesses. No, it says interact with characters from their favorite movies, TV shows, books, and games. We can assure fans that while at the show, every participant, including special guests, will be expected to uphold the same code of conduct to create a safe environment for everyone to celebrate the fandoms that unite us. Yeah, that doesn't include, I don't think this code of conduct includes tweets from 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Artist in Vancouver cosplayer Amy Dalla is also concerned. So many concerned cosplayers. Why don't you just worry about fitting into your costume, Amy? So for me, events like this, these kind of conventions are a place for us to come together with like-minded people. What about the fucking like-minded people who like Gina? I guess those people can hit the road. Who share similar interests. This is why these people are not about inclusion. That is a load of bull. It is about exclusion. It is about they want to be they want special privileges for their group and the people who are like them, and it's not about diversity.
No, it's not.
It's a cult. It's an opportunity for us to showcase our art and our love for certain fandoms and really connect with other people who have shared interests. Dalla said she was disappointed to hear about Carano attending the event. I feel conflicted because then don't fucking go. Okay, that would be a way. If the FanExpo lost so much business and it was tied to Gina Carano, like that says something, right? Not just like bitching and writing an article. But it won't. That will never happen because Gino being there will bring in more people than her being there will take away. I felt conflicted because this is an event I had been to in the past that I enjoy. I felt so welcomed and safe, she said. And my disappointment was like one of the few safe spaces that we no longer feel safe. Give me a break. Dalla said she's refunded her ticket. Good. You sound like you're not fun and you suck. Enjoy wearing your costume at home. You loser. She's no longer attending the expo. Good. She is fearful that she's afraid people attending the event in person may not come in the spirit of inclusivity and instead come in support of Gina. Oh, so now, right. No one's allowed to support her. Her fans don't matter. Her fans can eat shit. They're not as important as the triggered, unsafe feeling people. I would love to see what their plan is to create that level of safety. Everyone's going to wear knee pads and helmets. That's what they're going to do. I think that would be really helpful for participants to really know. You say it's safe, but what does that actually look like? You sound retarded, lady. You actually sound retarded. Other than have, like they always do at these events, tons of security, badges, people checking, security walking around. I don't know. I'm sure someone there has a taser. What do we need to do to make you feel safe? Strap pillows to your body. That's what we need to do. Pick up your badge and your helmet from the registration. If Gina Carano makes you feel unsafe, then don't leave your fucking house. I don't know what to tell you. Ku Yamal says beep bop boop. Those were Gina's pronouns that upset everybody a couple years ago. Push-Up says, I'm DMing you the screenshots. Oh. Okay. Matthew Hammond, not meaning to deviate from tonight's topic. Let me guess. Here comes a deviation. But while I have you two here, did you see the AI-generated George Carlin? I DM'd you the video. No, I haven't. I've seen it, but I haven't looked at it. Big Raj, thank you for the super sticker. Push-ups again. Golly, Fealty beat me to it. Good job. That's why Fealty gets the big bucks. GraphWeb, hashtag cancel Disney Plus. Yes, I think we might not be paying for Disney Plus anymore. How exciting! Anyway, but yeah, I think Lila, you trigger people in the same way that Gina does.
Well, the funny thing is I feel like none of these people would actually say that to her face if they ever
never.
I have never actually had anyone say anything to my face. And also, people who have talked about me online, when I've run into them, when I've come back to California, they're all super nice. Everybody's really
Mhm.
nice. Even the people who have unfollowed me, they see me again and then they refollow me because they realize, oh, maybe I might have overreacted to all the online stuff. Because people forget that the online world is not the same as real life, okay? It's not the same. And all these people who are writing about Gina, if they ever got the opportunity to be around her, they would be so freaking nice. And they would just be so grateful to be in her presence. Even the same people who are writing just, oh, she's so horrible. No. And also, I think this is great publicity for the expo.
It is. It
It's
really is.
awesome. Now, people who didn't even know about this expo, like myself, know all about it, which is great.
Yeah. And if for some reason you found yourself in Canada, you would maybe go to one of these things.
Yeah. And I would dress up in my Sailor Moon costume and be a chibi.
Oh, yeah, Chibi. You're the best, Chibi.
I
That was
loved it.
fun.
We had a
That was
great time in our costumes.
Oh, we did. I look back at those photos and I was like, "Oh my god, I was so thin." Ah. And I look back and I was like, "Oh shit, I was pregnant at the time and didn't know."
That's so funny.
I just didn't know. I was just
But you had
clawing
that
it up.
but
Yeah.
you had that pregnancy glow and you look so great. And you still look great. You got a thin head.
Thin head, thin arms, thin legs.
Yes.
Oh my god. It's so fun. Yeah, no, Gina, we support you. We love you. Fuck 'em. I know she just and you know what? She goes to these things and she's surrounded by not only a posse, but like fans who love her.
Yes.
She
And her
doesn't.
fans want to see her. They want to see her. So
Mhm.
she should go there. And it's like it's just like a handful of these crazy people who want to write all this stuff. But again, the same cosplayers who's saying this stuff, if they got the opportunity to have dinner with Gina or be around her, you know that they would. Absolutely.
Imagine, yeah, if they saw Gina and Gina's like, man, God, we're just looking for 2 mentally ill cosplayers for this role that I'm casting. Man, where could I find a mentally ill cosplayer? You know, these girls be like, oh, me. Oh, hi, pick me.
That's so funny.
It's you're so right, Lila. People, it's act away. They like to grandstand. They like to unfollow, and then they do not act the same way in person.
No, they don't. And yeah, that's the weirdest thing about it is like, and I've had it happen in my own life. Some people who've unfollowed me for years, and then I re-see them again at a comedy show, and they realize, oh, I kind of fell for this craziness online, and Lila is still the Lila that I know. And I can't believe it became so divisive over some tweets of people saying that we should have freedom of choice, you know? Oh, I feel like all Gina ever said is we should have some choice and not be mandated to do anything. We shouldn't force people to do anything. People couldn't stand that. You just can't stand that idea, which is just insane, you know? And also,
Right.
everybody wants to be a victim, and that's so boring. And
It is boring.
aren't these like superhero convention things too, where like people are supposed to be like
Yeah.
badass, like superhero
Yes.
things? And aren't these like comic people supposed to be like really, superhero like, and now they're supposed to be like victims? That's crazy.
Right. But now it's like being a victim is some folks' biggest strength. So it's like actually the opposite of a superhero. It's like a loser hero. So I don't know. I'm trying to understand these nerds myself. And it's crazy. But we are doing it, Lila. We are going back to Dallas in
Yay.
a little less than 2 weeks. I'm so
Sweet.
excited. We had so much fun in San Diego. Oh my God. We stayed up every night just chatting in our hotel room and like just falling asleep with my makeup and contacts in. Uh
It was fun. And we were news gals.
yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
that
fun.
was really neat. We had a fun little lunch on the water one day. We had a couple of fun little lunches.
And we saw a pig.
We saw a pig in a wheelbarrow
That
and
was crazy.
in a rolly cart. Yeah, that was
That
great.
pig looks like it lives a good life with its
Better
pig
lives,
daddy.
better. It's eating better than us, that's for sure. And yeah, I never got to pet a pig before. It feels exactly how you would expect. It feels like a brush you would scrub your shower with, basically.
Yeah, that was cool. I wanted to give it a big old
Yeah.
hug, and I did.
Mhm.
That was,
I want to know what he ordered for lunch. Push up says Lila's too sweet, or no, Lila's too sweat in real life to be argued with. Heart.
yep, I'm sweaty.
You need some deodorant.
That's why I'm wearing this muscle tee because I'm sweating. Look at my muscles.
Wow, someone's working out.
Yeah.
Lila,
Doing my push-ups.
I went to the gym for the first. Speaking of push-ups, I went to the gym for the first time in like not even that long, a little bit over a week, and like I remembered what you said to me in San Diego. You're like, things are gonna change like week to week. It's gonna be a difference. I was fucking like winded. Like I felt lightheaded twice. Like never in my years of going to the F45 gym have I ever had to go outside and breathe like cold outside air and like literally take it. I had to do that twice because I felt so lightheaded. And I was like, what am I doing? That's like I just was like, I'm not even working that hard. My weights are way lighter. And it blew my mind like how little it takes to actually overextend yourself, which is fucking annoying because I'm used to just like going hard all the time. But
Yeah. You're
it's like it
kind of
just
being
humbles you.
forced to slow down a
I
little
am.
bit.
It's humbling, but it's good. It's also good. And I was happy that we got to be motorized cart buddies at the
was
zoo.
fun. That
Was
was
great.
really fun. I'm
'Cause
so glad we had that thing.
I would have struggled if
Oh, yeah,
we
me
hadn't done
too.
I would have quietly just, like, had probably a horrible time if we
Oh,
didn't get that.
Chrissy, as soon as we started walking down that path, and Anna was the little hummingbird that she was, hummingbirding around the place. She's a little speedy.
She
She's
walks
got a lot of
fast.
energy. Me and you were way down that path, and I was like, there is no way me and Preggers over here are gonna get through this. The zoo's huge. The zoo is
It's
huge.
huge.
Oh my gosh, I can walk, but like holding on to my bag was just too much. My back was already starting to hurt. I was like, I can't. We need to turn around now. And we did. And it was great. And then we had a good time, and it was really fun after that.
It was awesome. Yeah, a bag will really throw you off, like a purse, and you just get used to it. You're used to carrying around, like, whatever it is, 15, 20, 25 pounds on your back. It's like
But
it's actually
we're walking so much. We were about to do a whole tour of the place. And again, Anna she's quick. She can get wherever she needs to go. And me and you were way behind there.
Yeah.
No. I was like, this is not going to work for us.
We
Disabled and pregnant?
We scratched the surface barely of that zoo. We had like at least 2 other whole sections to get to.
And we had a car. I swear to God, Anna could have gone around that place twice with how fast she was going. Me and you had to take our time. We had to take turns. We had to have bathroom breaks. We had to have lunch breaks. Anna had her little margarita. And she wasn't even cold. Oh my God, I was freezing.
It was so cold. It was like California. You think, oh, it's going to be like scorching 24/7. No, it's like the second you get under a tree, it's an Arctic blast. And there were a lot of trees.
Anna had flip-flops on and a cute little halter top thing with a little light jacket. I was shivering in the car. She's like, do you want my little jacket? And I was like, yes, I will take it. I'm not even going to say no because I won't make it.
She's wearing like a halter top. She's like, I'm fine. And it was fucking cold. And she gave you her little like flannel
shirt. She looked
shirt.
hot, And she
was
didn't
great.
look cold. She did not
Yeah.
look cold. But me and you went to the gift shop, and then we had to get our little matching sweaters. I felt
Mhm.
so much better after I got that sweater. I only wish I
I
would have gotten it sooner.
I love that sweatshirt. I immediately wished I had gotten a longer one because I was like, okay, my arms are warm, but now my everything else is cold. But it was worth it because they are very cute.
They're cute.
Deranged lunatic. Did you say you saw Rosie O'Donnell in a wheelbarrow? It was a
No,
pig.
we saw a hippo.
We saw the
Stop.
the hippos were swimming around. I saw a Jewish bear, aka a tapir. It's
It
just
was
like
cute.
a bear with a big nose. And oh, it's a yellow boy from Samuel Artan.
Yellow boy song.
Yellow boy song.
And it was all yellow.
Well, I had people yelling at me from a car while walking outside with a friend during COVID. You idiots! 6 feet. Good times. We
God
had
damn.
masks on too. It just wasn't enough to keep the crazies at bay. And now we've here the 6 feet rule came out of thin air. That Fauci literally pulled it out of his ass. Isn't that shocking to no one?
No one.
No one
Pulled
is
it straight out of his ass.
just pulled it right out. Yes, the Jewish bears hibernate in a bank vault.
That's cute. With all the money.
Someone on Twitter today being like saying that I was Jewish and like he was legitimately anti-Semitic. Like you look at his profile, you're like, oh my god, this guy's hardcore, like, like actually hates these people. And I was like, oh, your name is Mayer. That's Jewish. I was like, you're an idiot. It's like an obvious German spelling, and also it proves to me that you've watched and seen none of my content.
Yeah, what the hell?
People
crazy.
be crazy. People be crazy.
They just want to have arguments online. And sometimes I think that these people don't have people talking to them. So they'll start an argument and then we respond to it. So I've just been trying to give more love to people who actually say nice things. And if people say something even remotely rude, I block them. Oh, I was going to tell you, Chrissy,
Yes.
that actually happened. You commented on the Skank Fest and you were like, it said, who would you like to see at our upcoming show or the Skink Fest?
Oh yeah, on Skink Fest, yeah.
Yeah. And then this guy, and you put my name in there with Alex Stein and Keanu and Gino. And then this guy wrote, none of those people are funny. They're all not funny. And then you wrote back, have you seen any of them live? And then he was like, no, I've only seen this person and they all suck or whatever. So I went on his page and I blocked his ass. Okay. And I blocked him. And I swear to God, a couple minutes later, he writes, I guess I'm just an asshole now. I'm sorry. And then I unblocked him and I was like, then I wrote something like all's forgiven, come see our show. But I blocked him. And I think that did something to him that I'm like, hey, if you're going to say something mean, I'm just going to block you. And you're not going to have access to me anymore. I don't have time for that. And then I think he felt bad because he wrote, oh, I guess I'm just an asshole now.
He should, and he is. And you realize you sound retarded. It's like none of them are funny. Have you been to any of their shows? No, but they're not funny. It's like, well, then you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. And yeah, that will earn you a block. I love blocking people. 2024 is the year of the block. I block early, I block often.
Yeah, I just don't have time for it. It's annoying. Especially you got like 2 followers. You're over here talking smack. I'm going to block you. And then you won't have access to my page anymore. How about that? When you say something rude, I'm not going to see it. I don't want to deal with it anymore. And I used to be like, oh, maybe I can convert them. You know what? I don't need to convert you. You can go to hell. Go to hell, bitch.
Why expend energy on trying to turn a hater when you can take a person who likes you or even just a neutral person and be like, oh, hey, you want to come laugh and have a good time? Cool. Then get in the boat.
Yeah.
Get on the bus.
So I'm trying to just respond to people who say nice stuff to me. I'll give them more love. But if you say something rude, you're getting blocked forever.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Not in 2024.
The only way you can get unblocked is if you Venmo me with an apology. And then maybe.
That is a great idea. Right. If anybody's watching this who I've blocked, maybe mistakenly, maybe on purpose, it would maybe sort of win me over. Yeah, maybe
a Venmo. Just a Venmo
Venmo.
and say, hey, I'm sorry. Please unblock at whatever you're at. And then you can get unblocked. Because you know what?
Mhm.
The only thing that can give me an apology is money. And I
Mhm.
will, yeah, money works if you're sincere.
Money talks, okay? It's not
Yeah.
just for the OnlyFans girls. Yes, Incubus Time Lord. Chrissy has German and Norwegian blood. She is a Viking warrioress, blonde hair like Brunhilde, but dyed red like fire. Yes, I dye it red because I want you to know that I'm crazy. Out the gate. You guys get it. You're all smart. You understand. I would never block anyone in the chat.
Now, we love everybody in the chat. Make sure you please keep writing things. And also hit that like button. It makes a difference. If you're in this
Yes.
chat right now and you haven't hit that like button, it literally takes 2 seconds out of your life, but it makes a difference, okay? Because some people have been mean to us, but those likes make us happy. So give me a like, give Chrissy a like, share this, but write something. Thanks.
Share this broadcast and come see us in Dallas on the 25th at Hyenas.
And even if you can't come, buy a ticket. You should still buy a ticket. Okay? You should buy a ticket. If you want to support us, buy a ticket.
Aw. Well,
And
what if it sells out and then someone who actually can physically be there can't get a ticket?
then they can get that donation ticket. Buy a ticket for someone. And then
Oh,
tell us that, hey, I bought a ticket for someone or something. And then we'll collect those.
that's an interesting
But buy
idea.
a ticket. And if you want to see us in your city, you need to call your local comedy club and let them know, hey, I want to see Chrissie Mayr in my town. Let them know. Harass your local comedy club. Thank you very much.
And Lila Hart. Yeah, that's true, Lila. That's a very good point. I always say tweet at them. Not all these clubs have a Twitter or have some of these clubs, they haven't been on their Twitter since 2015. So you do have to call them sometimes or email them and they will notice that.
Yep.
So that and they do listen to that. They'll be because once you hear a name a few times, oh, let me look into this whore, you know? And that's how we get booked.
Yep. And we need to sell tickets. We got to get asses in seats.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have fun, Chrissy.
Lila, what merch are you gonna bring to Dallas? Your hats?
Please.
Your
My hats that say Landslide Lila. My hats.
and your Landside Lila tank tops, or did you have t-shirts?
I had t-shirts. I only made a couple of tank tops. The tank tops were a little bit of a flop. But you know what? I wear them. I don't know what I'm thinking with tank tops. Who's wearing
It
tank
looks
tops? I don't know. But
it looks good on you. Mm-hmm.
There's my hat.
The hat is good. The whole outfit looks good.
Thanks.
I love
This is
it.
my tee.
Ooh. This was great, Lila. So shout out to Gina Carano. Keep pissing people off. Keep doing you, living life. Go see your damn fans. Your fans want to see you. You're an absolute light in this world, much like Lila Hart here. Lila, what is coming up for you, and where can people follow you?
You guys can follow me at Love Lila Hart. I've started streaming randomly. I don't really have a schedule, but I am going to be streaming once a week for an hour. So just, I don't know, put the notification button on so you can be notified until I figure out a schedule or how the hell I'm doing this. And you guys,
Lila's going to figure out a day.
I'm gonna figure it out. And also, you guys can see me.
Lag.
January 25th, I will be with Chrissie Mayr and Keanu Thompson in Dallas, Texas. Buy those tickets. And also tweet, say you're going to come to the show, all that good stuff. But we'll see you on Twitter. Say hi to us. Write nice comments to us because you know what? Those matter. We get a lot of weirdos writing weird shit. So you can help us by writing nice stuff.
Yeah, but we want to break it up between people, all the people requesting feet pics. Okay, so write some nice comments. Let's see who's live. We should raid right now. Tree is live.
Yay!
Be like, ooh, Tree. How about be like the saplings are in the house? Her fans. It could be the saplings because she's a tree.
That's cute.
Is that really gay?
I think it's cute.
I think it's cute though.
Saplings.
Twigs. Saplings. Be like The saplings are
Remember it says clam attack?
clam attack?
Clam attack.
Clam attack from the Chrissie Mayr stream.
Yeah, clam attack.
Okay. We're all gonna go
Put
to
the,
Tree
link in the
of
chat.
Life, our live stream. Tree of Life, Tree of Logic, Tree of Life. I don't see her live though.
Justice Tree?
Is that one of her other channels?
Justice Tree 411? That's her channel. Justice
I
Tree.
don't see that. Another just Pearly thing self-own. Okay, yes, she is talking about her favorite subject, which is Pearl. One of her favorite. It's one of my favorite subjects too, to be totally honest. All right, we are copying. Oh my, this is like really. This Wi-Fi is not good right now. It's not letting me copy. Copy. And where do I put it?
In the chat, in your live chat.
In the live chat? Oh, like on YouTube? Here we go.
Or StreamYard's there too.
Okay, boom. We are all going here. The link is in the chat.
See, clam attack.
Clam attack from Chrissie Mayr. Okay, cool. This is great, guys. Thank you for watching. We have one final push-up super chat. Lila's hats make women sweat. Ooh.
Oh yeah. Good.
Oh yeah. All right. Ah, you guys are the best. Let's go visit Tree of Logic, and we'll see you tomorrow for Simpcast at 9 p.m. Eastern. Bye.